In this video, I'm going to be talking about the properties of salt when it's at your door, what it does and why people do it, and some of the different traditions that use it. This is usually a folk protection working, hoodoo protection working, or a traditional ATR, African traditional religion practice. What most people know is it blocks negative energy from entering in your house. But to add to that, your front door is usually known as the doorway where spirits can enter into your house. The salt not only absorbs, neutralizes negative, stagnant, or baneful energy that's trying to enter into your house, especially when it's blessed or prayed over. Like I already said, it prevents unwanted energies and spirits, like spirits or entities that are considered low vibrational. Some examples are jealousy, hatred, envy, evil eye, and hexes. These are some of the things that can't pass through when there's a line of salt at your door. Not only hexes, but curses and foot tracking magic right at the door. Number 3 on the list is it marks your spiritual territory. Salt sets a clear boundary that says this is sacred ground. When it's used at your door, it tells spirits, especially wandering ones, that entry must be earned or permitted. For number 4 on the list, it cleanses as you cross over that salt line. As people cross over that line, the salt can spiritually scrape any energetic residues off of anybody passing over that line. Basically, anything that's left at the door stays outside. Number 5, it repels hexers and physical attackers. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Anybody that means you harm or is trying to deceive you in any way or trying to throw any trickster energy at you, it simply is just going to deter them away from your house. They may forget what they came here to do. They may suddenly feel sick, or they just may want to avoid you and not know why. Now I'm going to go over the types of salt and the properties in which they're used for. For the type of salt that I'm talking about in this video, for your door that's best for the lining of your door is sea salt. The properties of sea salt is deep purification. It draws out heavy spiritual gunk. Next is Himalayan salt. This is more of a gentle cleansing and it promotes emotional balance and peace. A lot of times I use this in a spiritual bath. Third on the list is black salt. This is usually used for warding and protection. It absorbs hexes and negative spirits. Number 4 is Epsom salts, also another one to bathe in. This one is more so for a body detox and aura cleansing. This one's used more frequently in baths more than anything. And then lastly is your basic kosher salt, or also known as table salt. Everybody should know what this is, and it's the most easily accessible. It still works, just as long as it's prayed over. Just not as good as sea salt, but it'll do. Now here's some of the stuff that salt can't do. It won't keep out what you spiritually invite in. If you're doing any type of work that involves you opening doors, like mediumship, conjuring, or sex magic, salt might not stop what's already allowed through. For number 2, on what salt can't do, that rhymed. It doesn't replace regular spiritual cleansing. You still need to mop, smoke cleanse, or wash your front door and threshold spiritually, like with ammonia, just a little bit, or cleaning vinegar, the white kind, bleach, or liquid Palo Santo. That's what I use personally. I mean, you can use whatever you want. Maybe I'll post another video on some other alternatives. And third, if the salt has been kicked or disturbed, or in the rare case that it's blackened quickly for some reason, that's a sign of a spiritual hit or crossing. And you need to replace and dispose of that immediately. You can either flush that or preferably throw some water away from the home. I mean, like out of the door, not back into the house. So you want to splash water outside of the door to make it go away from the house. And if you can't do that, I don't know why somebody would pick the salt up and bring it in their house and throw it away, but preferably away from the house. I guess unless you're trying to sweep it up and then you're going to put it in a dustpan. And lastly, here's some of the times to place salt at your door. After a cleansing to seal the energy, preferably you want to remove the salt away from the door while you're cleansing. And if you're extra paranoid, you can pour some of your cleansing mixture at the door before you remove the salt line, in case you're worried that something's going to come in the time that you're removing that line of salt. because whatever you're trying to push out of your house can't leave unless that salt line is moved. So cleansing would be kind of void if you have that salt line while you're cleansing inside the house. So you want to remove that salt line, then maybe pour a little bit of your solution at the door, and then start from the back of your house and push everything out. Once you're done, you want to put a new line of salt to seal that energy in and away from the house. Number 2 is during a waning moon phase, especially on a Saturday or on a Monday. Number 3, when you're getting rid of an unwanted guest or a spirit. I kind of already said that one, but this one is a little different. For number 4, after you've had weird dream visitations, any sex magic, or contact with toxic people. And yes, that means that toxic ex that shows up randomly to Netflix and chill at 12 a.m. And lastly, if your intuition guides you to do that, do it at any given time. For more tips and tricks on when the best time to do certain workings and when not to, give me a follow, like, comment, and share.